like we're streaming. All right, let's
Perfect.
see. Let's see. You just brought your pet into me.
Yeah. So what do I get with that?
Wait, I haven't gotten done.
Card?
I'm still
Oh,
working on it.
Still punching my
you,
holes.
You just gained a lot of points, so I'm gonna. Okay. All right, here you go.
What do I get with my loyalty card that now looks like Swiss cheese?
Oh, hang on. Let me get rid of my hole puncher. All right. Let me see. I have to count them up to see how many. I'm going to check how many you got here. Looks like you're going to get 10% off for the 15 stamps that we just did.
Perfect.
Okay.
When can I redeem that?
Yeah. Well, that'll be redeemable in about 3 weeks after you collect your next 14. Then you can redeem your first 10. Okay. Yeah. So that's how our loyalty program works here at Pawfinity's podcast. Hey guys, I'm Bill with Pawfinity.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're bringing you the Pawfinity podcast. This is episode number 10, top 3 questions on subscriptions and pet businesses.
Oh, do you have like the clapping?
I do have.
10.
Yeah.
Made it to double digits.
Hang on. There's the crowd. 10. Okay, we did good. Yeah. So we're on episode number 10 out of this, and that's actually worked out pretty well. I'm having a good time with this. And it is starting to pick up some steam with our clientele, which is pretty cool. It just takes a little while for people to realize this isn't like a plug fest. We're not, I mean, today may be. I mean, we may be plugging some things, tipping our hat a little bit. But, I mean, this is an important topic. Subscriptions in pet service businesses, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the update that we were alluding to a few weeks back that was late and then late again and everything else. It ended up taking quite a bit longer than expected.
Yeah, the update is finally out. So it consists of subscriptions.
Right. Version 5.8 brings subscriptions to Pawfinity as a fully integrated solution. We're not leveraging any sort of third-party integrations to do this. This was built from the ground up to work with our software and help you guys gain a new cash flow, some new recurring revenue streams. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm going to start off by, I have like a nice little, we don't usually do this, but I have like a nice little script here this time because there's a lot to talk about and we tend to get scatterbrained a little bit.
Off topic.
I do. I get scatterbrained. She goes off topic. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, I'm just going to read this. So I'm not going to try to pretend like this. We need one of those little like teleprompter things that's like going up in front of us. I wonder if I can get one. They probably make something that you can do with the iPad or something. Anyway, subscriptions are fully automated recurring revenue streams for your business, and a well-developed subscription strategy can help your business revenue stabilize even through volatile times.
Memberships are a close cousin of subscriptions, which include the addition of a community aspect to the subscription.
Yeah, so if it helps, think of memberships as a subscription with a community aspect involved in it. So it's a place where your clients come to be a part of something greater than the services that you offer. And so subscriptions are just basically, hey, look, you pay me $20 and you get something.
Yes.
Memberships would be, hey, you pay us $20 and you get something, but you also then get to involve yourself with other people that are doing whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
So other clients.
Yeah.
Other pet owners, or in our case, other pet pros, which we'll be talking about that more as the next couple of weeks go on. But yeah, guys, so this is very exciting. Subscriptions can help. I have stories. Actually, I just spoke with someone about 3 or 4 weeks ago now that he said that his subscription program helped him carry his business through the pandemic without having to close his stores permanently afterwards.
Absolutely, because subscriptions are automatic. So
You sound a little funny right now.
I know, it sounds froggy.
Fix it. Nobody wants to hear that. You can't fake that one. That microphone will pick up everything you're saying.
Subscriptions are automatic. So the payment just keeps on coming out. You don't have to go through and manually charge a client. It just keeps on coming out.
So. Yeah, so that leads us to number 1.
Okay.
Which is where the script came in, because we tend to go a little long-winded on this stuff. So how do subscriptions work? I'll let you... let me go with number 1. So subscriptions and memberships bring clients into your business as an integral part of the community, while also allowing them to reap the benefits of that membership immediately.
Yes. So they're not waiting for their 14 punches in order to...
That looks... but this looks really nice. And then they still know who...
Looks like Swiss cheese.
I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody that uses this, because I still have in a box somewhere in my office the cards that we used at my grooming business. We had like little stars on the back, or I think they were paw prints on the back. and you'd punch each one of the paw prints each time. That was our loyalty program. And so
I did the same thing.
Right. And then, so just to frame this, we're not ragging on anyone with a loyalty program. That's absolutely been the tried and true for a very long time, but we're going to discuss how you can replace that with something that might be a bit more enjoyable, both for the clients and for you. So what's the next one? So number B, letter B.
Letter B, without the boring and tedious task of tracking and saving points, clients are more engaged, an act which fosters loyalty organically. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, what does that mean? So points, tracking points sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Right, and
takes
it's
a long
boring.
time. And I mean, if they forget their loyalty card,
They
then
lose
they
it.
don't. Yeah.
Every
or
time they lose it.
Absolutely. They don't get to reap the benefits, and they've still been a loyal customer.
Right. So by using a subscription, you can give them stuff now. So if you're trying to give them a 10% discount, if you can't afford to do that, then I just recommend not doing it at all. The loyalty program will, if the 10%, or let's just say, well, that's just the option I'm using. But if that's too much for your business, which is totally fine, don't do it at all, obviously. So the loyalty program could be losing you money because, there's no recurring revenue coming in. They might never actually, they might save these cards up. Sometimes you have people that save the cards up and then they want like all the discounts at the same time. And that doesn't work. But with the subscription, you can actually give them the discount straight away. So if you can afford the 10% off, which you should be because you're charging them that monthly or annual subscription payment, then they get that reward immediately. No more tracking of points, no more punching of cards, none of that stuff. And so the loyalty that they gain is organic. It just comes in. Your clientele is paying you, so they want to
use your service.
Yeah, they want to continue using it. So it's a motivator. This, I don't know if I'm weird. I mean, I'm definitely weird, but I don't know if I'm weird because of this. But these kind of things they kind of irritate me a little bit. Like I don't want to do this. For me, I'd rather pay $20.
It's just a tedious task
and get like a 10% discount.
I mean, you don't want someone who's had like 3 years of saving up their service to now come in and redeem it. Maybe 3 years ago you had a lot better of a loyalty program.
Right. You get you punch that. They have a card that says they get 50% off their like 14th groom or something like that.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic hits and they turn their card in because they don't have as much money to spend, but you're also not making as much.
Exactly.
I don't know if I'd be doing that.
Exactly.
But anyway, so subscriptions allow clients to purchase products and services at a discount or completely free if they're included in that subscription. And that's very cool. And with a good software program, all of that can be automated. You don't have to track anything.
Yes. Yeah. And then kind of alluding to what I said earlier, that subscription payments come in automatically.
Absolutely.
So it takes no extra work on your end.
Right.
And you make money.
Yeah. So
who doesn't love that?
Yeah, exactly. And you're making the money. But the most important part is you're normalizing your income stream, your revenue stream, what we call cash flow, is normalizing. And what that means is that you don't have a whole bunch of like up and down things. So, okay. So let's just say in one day, every single one of your clients, because they're all usually on a pretty regular schedule, every single one of them turns in their loyalty card and gets their 10% discount, which you haven't, you're not accounting for that because this is random. When they turn in loyalty cards, is random. Your subscription program is not random. You can count on your revenue. You know exactly how much you're going to make as you go through that day. So it's not a surprise at the end of the day, you've made 10% less. On $100, okay, it's $10, not a big deal. But on $500, well, I mean, now you just kind of, $50. I mean, well, $50 today doesn't buy you as much. I mean, you can go to like a Mexican restaurant and get dinner, I think maybe for $50.
For a family of 4.
I think I paid $50. What was really surprising? Oh, that burrito shop. What's that name of that burrito shop?
Oh,
with the big huge.
I always think it's Salsaritas, but it's not Salsaritas.
It's like, well, I don't think they're in business anymore.
It's
Moe's.
Moe's.
Yeah, Moe's.
Yes,
So anyway, yeah, Moe's was like $45 the last time we went through there, and that's crazy. So at any rate, but you could feed your whole family most of the time on $50 these days. So you don't want to just be losing that out of the blue. All right, so the last one, subscription usage should be tracked by your software, allowing you to limit the usage and review redemption as required. So you can actually set these things up where your clients can use 1, 2, 3 a month or a year, however you decide to do it, or unlimited in the case of like maybe a daycare or self-service dog wash. And we'll talk about the sample cases at the end of this episode. They can just continue to come in and get whatever it is that you give them, whether it be that 10% off or 20% off or whether it be included. So you get free baths, well, not free, complimentary included in your subscription.
Includes a certain, and well, that's
for
the
whole
cool
month.
thing is that it includes services, but you can also do just discounts as well.
Right.
So if you want to
combine them.
Yeah, like say you have a VIP program and you want to do, if you are a part of our VIP program, you pay this much a month, you get 10% off all of our services and retail.
Right. And so trying to do that manually. So what pet pros have had to do is you had to like start a subscription through your payment processor like Stripe or Square. And then you had to try to track it somewhere in either in paper books or in whatever software you're using, including Pawfinity before version 5.8. You had to manually figure out how to do this. And we had clients doing that as well. But you don't have to do that anymore. So once you start a subscription inside Pawfinity, it will track everything as it goes, and making the whole thing seamless. I mean, you don't actually have to do anything. Your payments from the subscribers, your clients, are coming in automatically. When they show up at their appointment, or if they buy something from your store, it automatically applies the discounts or anything else. So you really just run. You have a new revenue stream.
Set it up and it handles itself.
Yeah. So number 2 talks about how do they differ from loyalty programs. And we did kind of bleed these two together.
We did a little bit, yeah.
But loyalty programs require clients to slowly build points over time.
It takes a long time, yeah. I mean, clients start to lose their gusto. It's like something that's kind of in the background instead of like in the forefront of their brain.
Right, because the point of it is to build loyalty. But to be honest with you, I think my mic's a little off.
I mean, if it's taking 13, 14 visits to get a small benefit back, it's not something that's going to really motivate them to come, because it can take a year, over a year.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear you
can you
nice
hear me
and
now?
clear. But it could take like over a year for them just to reap the benefits of a 10% off.
Yeah, and at that point they don't care. Yeah. So I mean, if your goal is to get loyalty, you want to get your clients excited, making them wait 10 weeks before they can get any sort of reward. Excuse me. That's not the way to go. That's not going to do anything of what you want. So the subscription gives them the benefit immediately. They get whatever it is you're giving them immediately, even if they've had to pay for it beforehand. In the case of like a self-service dog wash, they pay like $100 a month. Let's say, I don't know, but they pay $100 a month, unlimited visits to the dog wash, as long as you can book it, as long as there's availability, which should happen through your online booking anyway, and which should also then consider their subscriptions. But as long as they can book it, they can use it. And so that client is just like, okay, I have a Cocker Spaniel comes to mind. They're always stinky. Yeah. I mean,
stinky and yeasty.
I mean, it's like that crackly, pasty looking stuff.
Yes.
I mean, you wash them and for like about 3 minutes. Once it's just a little bit dry, not all the way dry, but drier than wet, there's like one little sweet spot where you get the Cocker Spaniel and they don't stink. And then that just goes right out the window and they stink again. So people might not like that. Yeah, they might want to fix their stinky dog.
Absolutely.
I'm serious. They smell funky.
Subscriptions come into play, because then they can come in and wash your dog as often as they want.
Oh, I just thought of a new use case, and I'm going to forget this, and I don't have a pen, so I'm just going to say it now. Okay. You guys could offer something, groomers to any capacity, kennels even, subscription for like maintenance stuff, teeth brushing, ear cleaning,
nails,
let's just say 3 or 4 visits a month. They pay something small, like $10 a month. You can come in, let's say 2 to 4 times, whatever it is you want. And as long as you can book it, you can use it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And then also it pushes them to book faster too.
Right.
Instead of waiting till the last minute to book.
Right. And so as the landscape of commerce starts to change, which it always has, guys, that's a really important part, is things are always changing. Loyalty programs have been out there forever. But right now we're talking about loyalty versus subscription. And as things start to change, people are starting to, I don't see too many people being really excited about loyalty programs anymore. But
at the beginning, yes. But then when it takes a long time to redeem, it's kind of like you lose your steam for it.
Yeah, you lose your ghost though, because you're saving up these imaginary points to get a discount that you're not so sure is really worth the amount of time you put in.
Absolutely.
But in the end, a subscription allows them to get that reward right away. So what we're seeing is that subscriptions are starting to push loyalty programs out of the door. So whether you use Pawfinity or not, that's irrelevant to us. Honestly, we're just giving you some examples of how to do this, but I definitely recommend leveraging subscriptions in order to normalize cash flow in your business.
Absolutely.
Number 3.
What type of business
What business?
What type of business?
What kind of business are you in? I'm in the business of podcasting. What's in that cup over there? Is that
it's just water.
Is this water? What are you doing today?
What kind of businesses
10
can
o'clock?
benefit from a subscription? Tongue-tied. Any business. I mean, honestly, I can't think of a business that wouldn't benefit from it. Anything from your groomer to your daycare to your boarding, like training.
You can get creative with it. We're going to talk about that in use cases. But the point of this last one is that anyone can use it. Anybody with an imagination can utilize subscriptions to some capacity. And that kind of... use case? If you're going to use case, so let's talk about some samples. We're going to slide right off past number 3 because that answer is really quick and it's everybody.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anybody that couldn't. So go.
Use case.
Go.
Puppies. So
puppies. I have pictures of puppies. Hang on a second.
If you offer some sort of like puppy training program, or if you don't and you want to get your clients into a good grooming schedule, you can offer a puppy training program, do it as a subscription. It could be like a once a week visit to just get them on the table for 10 or 15 minutes, get them used to being on the table, used to being with a groomer, brush them out maybe.
We're talking about puppies, so I'm going to put this on the screen because people might like this. Let's see.
There. Tilt it a little bit.
I can't get past the light.
They're lab puppies. How cool.
Everybody likes puppies.
Yeah, so you can do something like that. Do it as a subscription. So you get a whole bunch of benefits as a business. You get the cash flow in, but you also you gain loyal clients, and you are able to teach your clients how to be a good grooming client and teach a dog how to be a good grooming dog.
You're very excited about that one.
I am, because it's a great idea.
But then you made me think of something as well, because therapy, and this is, I don't know how many people watch this that aren't actually in the pet service industry, but like a therapy, when we talk about therapy from our perspective, we talk about people, with injured pets, that they're helping them walk again and stuff. But I was actually thinking about therapy for like PTSD and or people that have problems with, emotional, like let's say autism or something where there's sensory type things.
Yep.
That would be a really cool thing to like maybe bring dogs into your business, whatever you do. I don't care if you're, and then, so you have the pets coming in, and then you have the client who would be the person suffering from the, affliction of whatever capacity. They interact for an hour, and you schedule like once a week.
Yeah, that could be a subscription.
I mean, come on now, guys. I'm just coming up with this off the top of my head.
There's literally any business that could use it.
I'm nowhere near as creative as you guys are, and that just popped in. But I mean, so you could really leverage this in any way that you wanted. So let's get into the list that we have. We're not going to read this because that didn't work out so well the first go. We tried it. It didn't work. We won't do that again. But let's see. So the first one, training. Yeah. So actually just gave this as a suggestion to someone. As a trainer, you could offer like monthly videos, webcasts, or podcasts, anything that you want, some sort of involvement with training. And you could distribute that as special paid content to your clients. Charge them a monthly rate for it.
It doesn't even have to be current clients.
Right.
You can just have anyone sign up that wants to learn about special training tips or anything like that.
Yeah, and so you could film them. Well, today, I mean, I keep getting these emails for the new iPhone 14, and it does like HDR. It films the same, like this is a 4K camera that we're shooting this on, and it films almost as good as this thing does on an iPhone. So if you grabbed a new iPhone, this is not a plug for Apple devices. I am not sponsored by Apple. But if you grab a new iPhone, you throw it on a stand, you could actually record yourself even live to YouTube or Facebook or both. If you want some ideas on how to do that, just contact me through support. But you could offer that content free with the subscription.
Yes.
So that's a really great one for them.
It expands your client base too. It's not just only your clients.
Exactly. And you can upsell those clients that become your visitors with other services that you're now offering or extended training to help keep them in the business. And that's a huge business builder. Starts with subscriptions. All right, what's next?
Grooming. You can do like one groom a month plus 20% off all other services. So that could be a subscription. You can also have like different levels of subscriptions too.
For sure, yeah. Your what we call it, the brown level. Because who's gonna want that? I mean, they say bronze, but what they really mean is like brown.
Yeah. So yeah, you can have like a bronze, which might be like a free bath, and then like your gold is like a free groom and the 20% off.
And then your VIP platinum.
Platinum.
What are you talking about? Where's my, no, not that one. I got to label these. I will label these soon.
One day.
There we go. Where's my wah? There we go. I need to recolor that as it's green. All right.
You can do retail as well. So if you have a retail shop, you can have them as a part of your club. I don't know, your pet club or something, and
Something like that.
offer like a percentage off if they pay, let's say $10 to be a part of this club. You get